A bill to release the Jeffrey Epstein files will soon arrive on the president's desk.
Both the House and the Senate approved the measure yesterday, and President Trump says he's going to sign it into law. Doug Luzader has the latest.
This was me at 14 years old.
Women who said they had been victims of Jeffrey Epstein were among those outside the Capitol yesterday, waiting for what would happen.
Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill.
The Senate worked very fast after the House passed the bill with just one opponent.
The yeas are 427, the nays are 1.
It was quite an end for a bill that had divided Congress for months. Once signed into law, it requires the Justice Department to turn over documents from the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, the powerful financier accused of trafficking and abusing underage girls. According to authorities, Epstein committed suicide back in 2019, but he had a thicket of acquaintances in both parties, and many have long suspected that there is a client list among the documents.
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert.
Democrats latched onto the Epstein matter after suspicions of Trump's associations with him. And while the president initially opposed the disclosure bill, he conceded after it was clear there was considerable Republican support.
The concern for the White House, though, is that no matter what happens from here, no matter what is released, there is not going to be enough to satisfy the people that want that smoking gun, and they are concerned that this is not going to go away, even with the bill signing, even with more getting released.
All right, Doug Luzader joining us now. The president has said he will sign this measure if it gets to his desk. That appears to be happening imminently here. Doug, when could these files be made public, and what is known at this point about what might be in there?
Well, and you know, as we've talked about, we don't know what's in these files, and you know, that's the big question here. You know, is there a client list that has been talked about for so long that includes, you know, high-profile individuals, folks from industry, folks from politics? We don't know. There may be nothing here, or there may be, you know, something in the middle. It's difficult to say. But there were so many people that were part of Epstein's world that it's certainly possible, maybe even likely, that there are going to be some people that will be uncomfortable by some of these disclosures. Now, you know, having said that, we don't know what all is going to be disclosed in terms of the volume of all of this. There are going to be some redactions, and the argument will be made, no doubt, with some of these documents from the Justice Department that they can't be released because there is an ongoing investigation. So, you know, we'll have to see what they contain. They've got 30 days once the president signs this to turn these documents over.
Doug, the timing of this is so interesting to me because, correct me if I'm wrong, the Biden administration during President Biden's 4 years in office had access to all of these files. So did the Biden Justice Department. They could have released them then, but they didn't.
This was largely a Republican issue. There were Republicans clamoring for this for a long time, arguing that there was some kind of client list, some kind of aspect to this that wasn't being disclosed to the public. Democrats got on board once it became clear that the president was mentioned in some of these emails. Now, you know, we don't know ultimately what the context of those mentions will be here. But that's when that interest began. But you're right. I mean, this could have been released under the Biden administration or the Obama administration, for that matter, and it just wasn't.
All right, Doug, thanks for the update, sir. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you.